Hi guys! In this video, you're going to learn about writing a problem-based learning plan and project-based learning plan. Just keep on watching. Before learning about how to implement project-based learning plan and problem-based learning plan, we must first know their definition. First, let's answer the question, what is problem-based learning? Problem-based learning, in which complex real-world problems are used on promoting students' learning concepts and principles. It can develop critical thinking skills in solving problems. It also helps students to work in groups, finding and evaluating research materials. The core idea of problem-based learning is that real-world problems capture students' interests and provoke serious thinking as the students acquire and apply new knowledge in a problem-solving content. The teacher plays the role of facilitator, working with students to frame worthwhile questions, structuring meaningful tasks, coaching both knowledge development and social skills, and carefully assessing what students have learned from the experience. Here are some examples of problem-based learning. First, code breakers. Second, laboratory activities. Third, conduct research. Let's go over what are the benefits of problem-based learning on students. First, typically, students find it more enjoyable and satisfying. It also encourages greater understanding. Students with problem-based learning experience rate their abilities higher than the others. Problem-based learning develops lifelong learning skills. These are the things to consider in using problem-based learning. First, examine and define the problem. It can help students acquire content or conceptual knowledge or develop disciplinary habits. Number 2, explore what they already know about underlying issues related to it. You need to consider the things your students already have ideas about certain issues when you tackle about the topic. Number 3, determine what they need to learn and where can they actually acquire informations and tools. Number 4, you need to evaluate possible ways to solve the problem. Number 5, solve the problem. And lastly, after solving the problem, you need to report on the findings. And now let's proceed with the second approach called project-based learning. But before that, what is project-based learning? Project-based learning, wherein the students can present their outputs in public, such as presenting artifacts, science output, or in short, their students' individual output. In project-based learning, students can freely speak up or unleash the creativity of themselves. Here are some examples of project-based learning: infographics, brochures, flyers, newspapers, posters. The benefits of project-based learning on students. First, it affects on students' interpersonal skills. Helps introduce students to the specialization and delegation that are extremely prominent in the real world. It also encourages students to develop a balanced, diverse approach to solving real-world problems, both on their and in a team. These are the things you need to consider in using project-based learning. Okay, number 1, start with the essential question. The question that will launch a project-based learning lesson must be one that will engage your students. It is greater than the task at hand. Usually, it is an open-ended question and pose a problem or a situation they can tackle, knowing that there is no one answer or solution. Number 2, design a plan for the project. When designing the project, it is essential that you have in mind which content standards will be addressed. Involve the students in planning. They will feel ownership of the project when they are actively involved in decision making. Select activities that support the questions and utilize the curriculum, thus fueling the process. Number 3, create a schedule. In creating a schedule, you need to consider these issues. First, What time allotment will be given to the project? Second, will this project be conducted during the entire school day or during dedicated blocks on time? Also, allow students to go in new directions, but guide them when they appear to degrees from the project. Number 4, monitor the students and the progress of the project. You need to facilitate the students' process and their love of learning. Next, teach the students how to choose their primary roles but assume responsibility and interactivity for all the roles. Remind them that every part of the process belongs to each individual and needs each student's total involvement. Lastly, assess the process by creating teams and project rubrics. Number 5, assess the outcome. Whenever possible, give the students the opportunity to conduct self-assessment. When a student's assessment and the teacher's assessment don't agree, schedule a student-teacher conference to let the student explain in more detail his or her understanding of the content and justify the outcome. Number 6, evaluate the experience. Little time for reflection is available in the busy schedule of the school day. Yet, reflection is a key component of learning. How do we expect our students to synthesize new knowledge if they are not given time to reflect on what they have discovered? Too often, we teachers do not allow ourselves the time either. Designated a time for reflection of the daily activities. Allow every individual reflection such as journaling, as well as a group reflection and discussion. That's all. I hope you have learned something and see you in the next lesson. Goodbye.